Consider it the greatest of all virtues to restrain the tongue. In doing nothing men learn to do evil. Bitter are the roots of study, but how sweet their fruit. I know not what treason is, if sapping and betraying the liberties of a people be not treason. Consider in silence whatever anyone says, speech both conceals and reveals the inner soul of man. By liberty I understand the power which every man has over his own actions, and his right to enjoy the fruits of his labor, art, and industry, as far as by it he hurts not the society, or any members of it, by taking from any member, or by hindering him from enjoying what he himself enjoys. The fruits of a man's honest industry are the just rewards of it, ascertained to him by natural and eternal equity, as is his title to use them in the manner which he thinks fit, and thus, with the above limitations, every man is sole lord and arbiter of his own private actions and property. I will begin to speak, when I have that to say which had not better be unsaid. An honest man is seldom a vagrant. Wise men are more dependent on fools than fools on wise men. Speak briefly and to the point. All have the gift of speech, but few are possessed of wisdom. For some people there is no comfort without pain. Thus, we define salvation through suffering. Hence, why we choose people who we know aren't right for ourselves. The best way to keep good acts in memory is to refresh them with new. It is remarkable that men, when they differ in what they think considerable, will be apt to differ in almost everything else. Their difference begets contradiction, contradiction begets heat, heat quickly rises into resentment, rage, and ill will, thus they differ in affections, as they differ in judgment. Don't promise twice what you can do at once. Flee sloth, for the indolence of the soul is the decay of the body. Regard not dreams, since they are but the images of our hopes and fears. I would not be beholden to a tyrant, for his acts of tyranny. For it is but usurpation in him to save, as their rightful lord, the lives of men over whom he has no title to reign. Should anyone attempt to deceive you by false expressions, and not be a true friend at heart, act in the same manner, and thus art will defeat art. This is my firm persuasion, that since the human soul exerts itself with so great activity, since it has such a remembrance of the best, such a concern for the future, since it is enriched with so many arts, sciences, and discoveries, it is impossible but the being which contains all these must be immortal. Never travel by sea when you can go by land. Good breeding is the art of showing men, by external signs, the internal regard we have for them. It arises from good sense, improved by conversing with good company. Some have said that it is not the business of private men to meddle with government, a bold and dishonest saying, which is fit to come from no mouth but that of a tyrant or a slave. To say that private men have nothing to do with government is to say that private men have nothing to do with their own happiness or misery, that people ought not to concern themselves whether they be naked or clothed, fed or starved, deceived or instructed, protected or destroyed. Do not expect good from another's death. I would not be beholden to a tyrant, for his acts of tyranny. For it is but usurpation in him to save, as their rightful lord, the lives of men over whom he has no title to reign.